Are we doing it now?
Yeah. Clappy.
Meme review.
Did it!
Alright. Well, on the podcast, we got guest star, a guy with actual brains and talent, unlike us. It's Logan!
I bought him off Craigslist. Don't let him build me up like that.
I can be easily brought.
What is happening? I'm
will
very
sell out.
excited. I have friends here that I know and understand to some semblance of my imagination. We have Brigand as our host.
Who are you?
I don't know why I'm introducing your podcast. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, who cares? Okay, yeah. I'm Brigand. This is Fellas Only podcast. We got...
I'm Sam.
We're going around.
Kurt is dead.
Kurt can't be here because he has a life.
Alright,
Curtis,
Kurt,
go.
go.
I'll
got
be back
taken
next
off to
week.
the fatherland.
We had Logan.
I'm Logan, the
We-
guest fella.
We have Riley. Impressive.
Bazinga.
Oh. And we got Karen.
Yes.
Who are you?
They didn't even get to introduce themselves.
You introduced me.
Yeah, I know.
Well, if they watch Fellas Only, then they know who we are.
Alright,
Fair enough.
bitches. What are we talking about?
We have a
We're
video
talking about
feed
shit.
staring
I
me
actually
down
have
now.
stuff this time. And
Oh.
I don't have to access it on my computer.
Rock on.
Let's see. Community chicken episode. Tiny Ween Reddit versus Big Ween Reddit. And Logan being infinitely more successful than anyone.
Brian, have you been accepted to the Small Wiener Club?
No.
Why not?
I mean,
Too
if we're
big.
talking small wiener club, we already have a story to start off with.
Hey!
So, we were, Sam is our dungeon master in our game of Dungeons and
Oh,
Dragons.
I was wondering why
At
you
some
pointed
point-
at me just immediately.
Oh, no.
You're like, so speaking of small wieners,
Okay.
Speaking of, my good pal over here.
I think he might know a thing or
There's
two.
nothing going down downstairs, you know what I mean?
Oh, Jesus. So, anyways, we decided to diverge a little from our main path, and I decided to check out the penis size of a goblin with which I had
yes.
an extraordinary relationship with. And he rolled to have a fairly average-sized peen for
Enough
his
cock
breed.
Not the cock
And then I decided to roll for myself to see if I could still have bragging rights. And I ended up finding out that I had 2 inches of length and 5 inches of girth. And
Wait a minute. 5 inches of girth.
with 2
Fucking
inches of
tuna
length.
can,
Yeah, we call
motherfucker.
it, he's got like a tuna cock,
What?
tuna can.
What the fuck? 5 inches of girth.
Yeah, he got shafted on that one.
Oh!
And I'll never be able to shaft anyone else because of my disability.
I've never rolled because, yeah.
Does that count? I don't think that counts as a micro penis. That's more like a pancake penis.
That's an extraordinary chode of definition. So I'm assuming this makes me an honorary member of the Small Bean Club.
Yeah, of course.
The small.
You should become a knight so you have the chode of chivalry.
Isn't
I'm
micro penis measured within length, not curve?
Yeah. But yeah, he's got a short one,
That's why.
but he's got a wide one.
Yeah,
Do you
it's
have
like,
a pencil dick or girth cock?
Both.
like Sam brought up
You can't have
chivalry with my
both.
penis. Like I have the
It's
most
like a-
polite
It's like a
small peen
cylinder.
at this table.
But we know it's
But
more
like-
like a... It's like a pyramid.
But like in my opinion, if you have like
Cock.
a pencil shaped dick,
Cock.
wouldn't you consider that a micro penis? Of like how like the width is so small, like
Yeah.
the length, like if it can be a good length, but still.
I'm not in charge of the metrics here, so I can't vouch for anybody.
This isn't a good start to the podcast.
Let's not stop talking about cocks.
It's all good.
Okay.
It's all staying in.
Okay.
What?
Let me turn off my notifications. 'cause
Real
that's-
professional over here.
Bastard.
Sound like you just bought something.
No, that's just Discord.
I have a story I can segue off of cocks that has nothing to do with cocks.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so basically,
Get us out of this hell.
I live in the most redneck kind of neighborhood.
You live in
that's
Ohio.
Yes, but specifically because where I live, there's a bunch of like insane farmer rednecks trying to turn this suburban neighborhood.
You never talked about the Dressler's Folly on the podcast.
Oh my god, I can't mention that. It has their last name on it.
I'm writing that down for you.
Okay, if you can give me like a different last name, I'll swap it out.
The Johnsons. That way we can segue from cocks.
Ah, whatever.
Okay. But Yeah, I guess I have a few neighbor stories, but
This will all be new information to
First,
me because we
what
live
were
in
you
the same
saying about the
neighborhood.
redneck?
oh yeah, that's true. I forget about that
Right?
sometimes. Like I see you passing by it like twice. Like
I drive ridiculously fast through the neighborhood.
Oh my god. Well, I was in a car with you one time and I thought I was gonna fucking die. He's just steering into the left lane casually. I'm like, that's not what you do!
I was just like, hey man, we live in the same neighborhood. Can you drive me home from Burger King? He's like, yeah, sure.
It's like, oh yeah, my house is on this back road over here. Vroom! That's too fast!
You're gonna see me drive in reverse on the curb.
No!
Yeah, Sam, what are these
So-
rednecks trying to do to your neighborhood?
So yeah, they're trying to basically turn it into like some southern farmland. but it's, like-
De-suburbanize?
yeah, essentially.
Oh my-
De-gentrify.
And
He
um,
gentrified me, Hank.
and the
I
like
don't think you know what that word
Sounds
means.
like a violation.
before they moved away, like
What crime?
not too far away from us, like a few houses down, there were these guys who had this like poultry farm that they had going. They had like a crap ton of chickens
A lot of cock.
shoved into this barn. Yeah, this is why I was bringing you into it. And
Great
they had just
subject.
had them shoved into this tiny little barn, but then they also had like full-size turkeys. And those things are a lot bigger in person when they're not on your Thanksgiving table. They're large.
Oh yeah,
With
they're
all the
beefy.
yeah. And
They're like ostriches without the long limbs.
and the thing was is that because they were dumb rednecks trying to have a poultry farm just in their own backyard, they didn't really do anything right. So sometimes you'd be in the middle of this suburban neighborhood, and all of a sudden, some chicken would just be crossing your yard, pecking at whatever's there, just sticks and rocks.
Kind of a big mistake when you decide, let's cultivate this species in our backyard, but let's not contain them.
Yeah, like
That's children in a nutshell.
Yeah,
no,
children.
like they literally just let their turkey run around like it was a dog.
I have
like.
free-range
There's
children.
like they just assumed like yeah the turkey's territorial, it would just stay in our yard.
Whatever.
The turkey would like I forget what they named it, but I think they
Cock.
yeah they named him some like dumb like
Whiskey.
something yeah
Shotgun?
I can't even remember, but
Bullet.
like it would also wander off too. So you would see like this child-sized bird sometimes
Stop.
just show up.
I don't know what we're stuck on, but I love this.
I'm trying to think of something that's just like really stereotypically redneck, like
Really?
I mean, it's,
Robert E. Lee, come here.
Shoot it.
it'd be kind of funny if it was just running across the road and there's just a fucking hot air balloon just comes down. and
Hatred
lands
of
on top it.
minorities, come on.
Come on, racism. Come on.
So the thing was, is
Cowboy
like,
Curtis, come on.
as you can already tell, I'm not trying to be stereotypical, but you know these guys are below average intelligence because they're trying to have this suburban farm and they're not containing them well even.
Ceiling
So
game type folk.
Talks about how racism is bad. Call rednecks bad. What's the deal?
so these guys literally just let their chickens just roam everywhere.
Has any of them died?
That's what I was about to get
Has any
into
of them crossed the
because
road?
probably I
Bad
think so.
pugger's
Like,
face.
Not
like
all of them got to the other side, though.
I think one day going over there, I saw like some chicken like standing out in their front lawn, staring at the road. And I'm like, do it.
Why did the chicken cross the road?
Why? Come on. And
Get to the other side.
okay, but one of them ends up getting lost one day because it's a chicken. Its brain is smaller than the size of its brain.
It can literally operate better when it doesn't have a head.
Yeah, literally.
My body doesn't slow me down.
And
I become stronger.
so one day they realized one of these chickens got like brutally mauled as chickens get, right? I mean everything tries to eat them. That's why we farm them.
Yeah.
And
That's also why we contain them.
yeah, and why you gotta contain them properly.
Oh, Fox and the Hound is a movie that exists.
And
Damn Fox.
so what they decided was to blame my other neighbors who lived even farther away, and they were like, "Oh, that was your dog," and the dog that they had was like this like sweet old chocolate lab named Oreo, and this dude was like the oldest dog ever. Like he didn't do anything. He could hardly move because he's just so slow. And they're like, "Your dog mauled our chickens to death." When they had their own dog, which was crazy, and they're just like, "No, that's you. Your dog. We're suing you." So obviously that lawsuit flopped because they had no evidence and it didn't make any sense for some old dog to go travel like 10 yards, 10 like not like yards as in like
Nautical
the
miles.
measurement, like 10 like backyards away to go
20,000
eat.
leagues under the cornfield.
Oh my god.
You just came up with a movie plot or something, didn't you?
Maybe.
Maybe. Stay tuned.
When you said you assumed that I may come up with a movie plot, that sparked the idea of a movie plot straight away.
That's what I have to do now.
Because I had like a bunch of junk in my head, and then you're like, oh, that's a movie plot. It's like,
That's just
huh.
that's just
It
all
cleansed it. It swapped it. It's like, whoa.
that's just all the marijuana clogging up your brain.
Wait, I just need to
Hugs, not drugs, kids.
Yeah.
I don't do real drugs. I do drugs in video games.
And then
Lose
you
it.
Yes, Sam, continue.
Yeah, I mean, more or less that's the end of those certain rednecks, but there's more because there was, before that, when I was younger, there was these guys who, had a full-on bull in their backyard,
What?
and, yeah, like an actual bull, and obviously this thing had to be fenced up, because it's a bull, it has horns, it
It's
can
a
kill
bull.
somebody, and, obviously, you know, being kids, just being dumb, doing your thing, we, you know, you get together with the neighborhood kids, and you're like, okay, let's do some stupid stuff, right? So, one guy who was particularly stupid, like the big meathead kind of kid, was picking up acorns and rocks and whatnot, and just started chucking them at this bull, because why not?
Was
And
he wearing a red shirt also? Just casually? It's like, hey, I don't think that's a good idea. Whatever.
it's like, what do you mean it's not a good idea to flop
I
him?
don't get it, man.
And just like it just says like I hate bulls on it, like
Just like a most racist, profound shirt.
against bulls.
Yeah, it's a Confederate flag, but with the ball on top of it.
They're
It's like, you're just hitting all the wrong marks.
They're waving up red flag at them, but it's the Confederate flag.
And
You really angered me.
and this, so obviously this thing's getting like pretty mad. The thing is, I didn't expect them to be so intelligent because obviously there's a like a fence in the way, but this thing uses its horns, goes through the holes in the fence and starts to lift it up with its head.
Fucking forklift monster, bro.
Yeah, and
He's beginning to believe.
He can't cross the fence. What's he gonna do?
and like.
I'm out.
And it's like, it's really, like, deep in there, but it's just starting to lift it up. Everybody just books it 1,000,000 miles per hour, even just, like, as some kid. And,
My God.
like,
It's a good time to make sure my ringer's off as well.
oh, this one I can't turn off because it's for other stuff. But...
Yeah. We should find a way to turn it off so that he can just, die.
Oh, okay. So yeah, don't bullshit the bull that's in your backyard.
Don't bullshit the bull.
Luckily,
That's the moral of the story. Don't bullshit the bull.
luckily, for me, the wild animals we got in my backyard were just horses. And they were pretty nice because you could go up and give them food and then they'd appreciate that. And they'd be like dogs because every time you'd go into the backyard, they'd notice you from a mile away and come up and just ask for more food.
Give me sugar, lady.
Like,
Touch me hard.
Touch me hard.
so, like, the guy who lived next door would just have some apple tree and he was cool. So, we'd ask just be like, yeah, I can just, like, take some apples whenever. It's like, yeah, whatever. And we would just take those and give them to the horses. And even though they sucked, they were like, hey, free food.
Imagine the guy had a rivalry with the guy who owned the horses. The apple and the horse guy have a rivalry. It's like, these damn kids keep taking my apples for the damn horse of yours. He's like, not my fault, it's the kid's fault. And he's like, you're right, let's kill the kids! Yeah!
Little did we know the entire economy of our neighborhood was based off that. One apple goes, all the others just take it down.
The economy's down, these two guys are at war. The
Everything's toppled down. The bulls are running wild in the street.
end. I mean, the singular one, but
but
there will be more!
Next, it's gonna be Wolfomania.
Wolfomania running wild!
Wolfomania Prime one.
Yeah. Hey, you guys want to hear a funny story?
What?
What?
Is it
Wait, I
how
just
you
realized
slap such small cock?
I had a short but funny story about those same guys who had the chickens. Because
We'll just keep talking.
one day no, this is a short one. One day
You died at the end.
we were we were all deciding to make a movie, right? Except the redneck kid decided to give it the title of The Good, the Bad, and the Downright Weird. And I will not be able to do his accent any grace. But
The good, the bad, and the downright weird.
there was a scene where a guy throws a grenade into a barn, right? And it was one of those like smoke grenade firework things. And
Yeah, she
So-
blew up the barn.
so they go into the actual barn for the shot, right? But to have like a cool cinematic shot, they had like a doghouse that looked like a barn. And they were like, oh, we're gonna actually set it off in there so it looks like it's a pan shot out.
Neil Breen would be proud.
Yeah, and the thing is we didn't understand how powerful this thing would be. So obviously this doghouse immediately there's no dog in there, which is good. But
You should have made sure there was a dog in there.
We're cooking real meat tonight.
We're having some gore in our film.
and so it just like immediately starts like bursting out. But obviously there's like a little bit of bedding in there, like hey for the dog, and all of a sudden just whole thing's on fire, smoke is blasting out of there, and you just see this giant like kid dressed as a cowboy come into what's supposed to be a barn that can house a bunch of people and uncontained chickens in it, and goes in there. You just gotta put it out. We're recording this whole thing as just a bunch of dumb kids. It's just like we're gonna get an Emmy.
We did it.
We did.
We actually blew up
Mission
the
accomplished.
doghouse.
And the Academy Award goes to some guys in the backyard who blew up a fucking
Wait,
house.
is it Emmy or Oscar?
Oscar.
It's the
Emmy's TV.
Emmy's, yeah.
Prime time.
Get both.
We got both.
That's what you do if you make a TV movie.
Big TV series about it.
Yeah.
I must have missed out. We must have been like really little when this kind of stuff was happening.
Oh yeah, I was super young.
Because I didn't move into the same neighborhood with him until I was like 10, and there are like no children to play with up until like maybe, I don't know, they're really, really little now, and they're all awful. They're all so mean and sad. The children
Wait,
in our neighborhood
for
are so
real?
mean. Oh yeah, there's awful.
I mean, I see them running around. I never interact.
One of them leaned over
You
our
should
neighbor's
be
fences
funny.
and shot them in the back with a BB gun.
What?
And then
Assholes.
there's these two blonde kids that live up the street that I'm also not going to name for the
Right.
sake of privacy, that just consistently called my like 8-year-old sister a motherfucker. One of them is 5 with ADD or ADHD. I can never remember which one. And then one of them is just a bad influence. I don't know what age he is. It's just awful.
You gotta just drop kick the
Yeah,
shit.
just beat the shit out of the kids, Street Fighter style.
Street Fighter style implies a fair match.
Yeah.
No. Just go. What's the move that Akuma does?
It's like the move.
Zandatsu or whatever. No, not
Slowly approach
Zandatsu.
child.
It's like the mode in Street Fighter where you're just
Yeah,
beating
I have it
up
on
a
my
car
thing,
that's
but I wouldn't
standing
open.
still. That's what the kids would essentially be.
The one where you phase through reality in a smooth glide, just zoom
Casually approach child.
casually.
It's like, hey kid, you want some candy? My mom says not to take candy from strangers. Well, you got up close enough.
Fucking unleash a raging demon on the child.
Reaching demon children. 1,000 years torment.
We're gonna be responsible adults that foster our American economy. Economy.
Hey
Always
kids,
like
if another kid's an asshole to you, there's a secret technique that you must use.
The
Oh,
secret. Alright, Bergen, do you have anything to say?
This is a message for all the kids out there.
the drawing of Riley looks. It looks like that one short where it's like, you like the
Let me-
Christopher Nolan Batman.
Wait, let me see
film?
that. I want to see it.
It's like
Oh.
it's like you like the Christopher Nolan Batman films.
You
and
want a
then he's
weirdo.
Like, they're like way too long, and he's like, okay, and then he turns around on his little moped, and you see that he's got a fucking dent in the back of his head, and he's super large. He's basically what you'd imagine a Redditor to look like.
Nah.
Yeah, it does sound like it. hairless, deprived men.
Great. You got something juicy for us?
Let's talk about Logan being infinitely more successful than any of us. So how does it feel to be, successful and get like awards and shit at our school and get like your pictures of you hung up because you're so chill and cool?
Well, none of it meant anything until I was accepted into the small peen group about 20 minutes ago.
Welcome to the club.
It's really been my goal the whole time. I can never be in the small peen.
It's all about connections.
It's not a good way to market our group. Yeah, we're the small peen club, except some of us aren't, but whatever.
People appreciate self-awareness,
Yeah. Just downright honesty.
Dishonest,
Yeah.
Hey guys.
My
have you heard-
wiener's really big.
No, it is not.
Have you heard that school's back in session?
Yeah, what's up with that
Yeah.
already?
Yeah, my
It's
sister
because-
got home from school like
my
a couple
brother and
hours
sister
ago.
did.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
Wait, when did they end? What time is it?
It's
Like 10.
because
Apparently the
because-
hallways are no different. It's
She-
just as crowded as usual.
She takes
Yeah.
college classes though, so she freaking
The
gets
problem
everything
with
faster.
going back to school now is that
virus.
people are expecting kids to not get COVID
Right.
and not go to school if they ever do get diagnosed with COVID.
Here's the thing. I do want to have my sister as a podcast guest at some point in time, and she will complain about this all the time.
But I don't think you should get her because she's been in a school
Yeah, that.
with a bunch of people.
She'll have an inside look of how shitty it is in there.
Right. I mean, I know somebody.
I mean, we've been to the same school
Yeah.
even before the pandemic. It's probably still as
That thing was
shitty as
filthy
before.
and disgusting, and you didn't want to be near anybody before there was a deadly
Right?
virus.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. Apparently nothing's different though. Like the desks are a little more spaced out. They wear masks in class. There's 4 lunches instead of 3. But other than that, the crowds are basically the same. The
There's
classes haven't
4.
been cut by
Yeah,
that much.
like they have like slightly less people than normal. Like it's nothing. Like,
Wait, there's
essentially.
less people?
Yeah, like
Yeah,
there,
everyone's
there's
doing
there's a
online.
there's a capacity. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
shit,
Yeah, but everyone's like, oh, we're going to do online, whatever.
dude.
And
Who-
my
who
sister
gets
tells me
cut
they're
out?
just training for online. It's like they're not even actually doing anything. They're not getting papers. They're just, everything's on your Chromebook, which that's
Yeah,
kind of a
if
sanitary
everything's on your
thing.
Chromebook, what's the point of having it actually at school?
But
Why
they're-
can't you just do it on
They're
like
just ramping up until everyone can just stay home and do Chromebook stuff.
They,
Yeah.
We've already done that for like the last quarter.
Nothing is different. Everything is still getting worse, and people are going to continue getting hurt.
The
Yeah.
thing is
People
also
are
not
going
really
to
what
die.
people agreed on
Yeah.
either.
Uh-oh.
That's just my screen turning off.
Yeah.
Sure.
If Kurt was here, he would constantly be playing with the waveform.
He would.
He's like, look at it ramp up.
Yeah. People are dying.
Takes the accordion up next to
Yeah,
it.
people are dying. Sucks.
Oh, look at that one. We're
Uh,
not getting
yeah.
political on
I
this
hate
podcast.
well, that's
Is that
that's
a- is
not
that a
for our
rule?
podcast.
Can we not get political in the
We're not-
podcast?
I would prefer if
That
we
was
didn't.
just
Okay.
the passing joke, guys.
I want to give people the reprieve from political topics and stress from the coronavirus.
Guys,
So
I guess when
bringing
you
it
group
up
them
helps.
together, we gotta stop.
It's like, haha, you got stabbed in the gut. I'm gonna poke it. Ow.
I got a question.
Right,
Yeah,
got a
okay.
question.
If New Zealand can avoid the coronavirus for a constant 100 days, why the fuck can't we?
Because a lot of people.
Wait, I just thought of a funny.
We're
Because
not
no
a
one
tiny
fucking
island.
goes to New Zealand.
But we
Also
should, because I
because
hear it's
it's
awesome.
It is
It
pretty
is.
cool.
It is.
It's more of a vacation spot and less of a place that everyone wants to immigrate
A place
to.
to shoot Lord of the Rings at. Because fuck
Wait,
yeah.
I thought of a funny joke for getting like stabbed in the stomach and you're messing with it.
Yeah.
I like your cut, G.
Oh, that's actually really good. It works
That's
on
pretty
many
solid.
levels. Yeah. We could do that actually.
Yeah, that should be a nice. We could do that in a nice bit.
But we need nice. I mean, you know how to do a little bit of like practical effects like that. You had that one blood thing on your arm at one point in time. Remember?
That was a friend of mine who did that though.
Your friend does squibs?
Well, if you still have in contact with
Art,
him,
yeah, I do. Yeah.
yeah, then you can just get him into a stab wound. Really aggressively.
friend does squibs. What do you got for me?
Hey, well, I got a couple of poppers. Oh, a couple of squeakers. Oh,
I think I saw at some point you stab one of those like movie prop type knives where you stab it and it goes into the handle.
ooh, yeah.
But I don't know where it is now. It might just be gone.
And I got 2 spouts, like classic Japanese Bushido films and all that, where they stab a guy and they may have put on the pressure too high and it spews
Burton,
out
stop
blood.
socking so softly.
Yeah.
This is NPR hour. Hello.
I mean, the real reason New Zealand probably responded to so well is because they have
There's just nobody there.
well, That's true. There's already nobody, so it's not really gonna spread.
Yo, how's
But-
the rate in Alaska? Antarctica, 0
1%.
infected.
Wait, what?
They're so brave.
They're doing so well.
I mean, that's a big part of it, but also their leaders weren't completely incompetent in their response.
Yeah.
And also, there aren't really any anti-vaxxers there.
That's
They're, it's actually normal people.
I mean, anti-vaxxers are everywhere, but they're not as like.
What the fuck is
It's
that?
not.
Look at this.
They're not as loud as they are in
Yeah,
America.
they're everywhere, but
No.
they're still nowhere. It's so weird.
It's like you wouldn't be able to find one, but you know they're there.
You
It's
never
like-
communicate with them.
It's like
They
there's
have
two
presence.
extremes of science. You have flat earthers, and then you have people trying to fucking go to Mars now. It's like so weird to see the extreme grow. as
Oh,
technology
Elon
advances.
Musk.
It's strange. We need, like, I don't know, some upheaval of the lower and then just renewal. Enrich the soil of the world. I want to burn everything. Helter Skelter.
Wrong.
Scorched
Helter
earth.
Skelter is about a slide.
I don't care. Manson did what he wanted to.
That's because Manson was insane.
Everybody, it doesn't matter. Everyone takes symbols and distorts
Helter
them.
Skelter is about a fucking slide.
Or whatever. Let's talk about a good episode of Community.
I
Let's
don't
talk
You're
about
the
your
only
episode
one
of
who
Community.
watches.
You're the only one who watches Community.
I don't care. They had a really good episode where they wanted to take over the chicken they wanted to eat chicken, right?
Or they should
As you
just come
do.
to my neighborhood.
Ah,
If they want to eat cock, they should just come to my house.
Got a lot of cock in my room when I'm there.
My dick too small. I call it the chicken nugget.
Oh,
You want to have some pancakes?
but no, they want it. They want,
Flapjacks, ladies. Flapjack me off.
Hey, you want to hear something?
yeah.
There is evidence that Lupin the Third is a pedophile.
Oh.
Oh.
I was watching the anime last night. There was this episode where he's trying to get some cool shit. But when he got there, he saw a 15-year-old girl. It's like, oh my god, Lupin, you're my lover. Let me go. I want to go with you. It's like, he's like, bitch, no, get away from me. And so, he's trying to scare her off. It's the middle of the night. He decorates his room to be like hell. And he's like wearing like some kind of Klansman outfit. It's like, ooh, you're in hell. I'm going to give you biggest fear. And then he just strips her.
Wait, so this is an anime?
Yeah, this is anime.
Then technically it's not pedophilia because the age of consent in most Eastern countries is 13.
Still.
And at the same time, it doesn't really translate well
They-
to drawing
his friends
characters.
jokes like, damn, Lupin, I didn't know you take girls that young. It's like, no, I don't.
It's also kind of a translation thing, and cultural difference.
That's true.
Yeah.
Translation can get messed up.
But let's talk about how it looks like for us, Americans and white people.
It's gross.
Fucking weird!
It's fucking weird. Stop.
Community chicken episode. They turned an episode where they wanted to eat chicken into a mafia movie!
Here's something universal right here.
They turned it into a mafia movie! How the fuck do you do that?
It's
You're like,
called
I want to
parody.
eat chicken. So we're gonna take our guy, replace him for the fry cook by framing him, and then we're gonna feed chicken to all the important figures so they don't tattle on us. And then the downfall of all the characters when they get all spoiled brats, we're gonna pull their hair and we're gonna let their monkey out of their cage, and we're gonna just tell them how it is, and they'll leave. And boom. And then everyone's like, you missed the taste of control, man. And it's like, I don't miss the taste of control. I'm sick of chicken. No, you're not sick of chicken. And everything, it's a good episode! They also have D&D episodes where they repair a meaningful friendship. I mean, family relationship between a dad and his son.
Relationship.
His dad and his son, they repair a relationship there, and also some kid from committing suicide. So it's all really great. And they all did that through the medium of Dungeons and Dragons, which is fucking great. Stop being uninterested in the things I say, or I'll throw something at you.
I'm
Yeah,
intrigued
you
gotta roll
very,
to
very
convince him.
mildly.
You
So
talked
be
about
interested.
Lupin fucking child pedophilia. I could talk about fucking mafia chicken episodes.
Is that more interesting than fucking thief becomes pedophile.
What about this little picture of a guy I drew flying out of an airlock? Isn't that hilarious? Look at it!
Nobody
Nobody
can see
cares,
it.
Gremlin.
So I guess the discussion needs to become a little more universal. So
I-
I don't so much have a topic as more like a discussion starter.
I
What
mean, that's
is
good.
the stupidest thing you all believed as children?
The thought I'd be happy.
Do you want to hug Riley?
No.
He doesn't want to
I
hug.
want
The
to
thought
get
that you
him
could
like a
ever
That's a
achieve
joke.
anything ever
Anything ever.
doesn't the
That's a
ability to
joke.
achieve.
I got shut down real fast.
I thought when my parents said they loved me, they were telling the truth. We love you, son. You're not adopted, and you'll definitely grow up to be successful.
What's the dumbest thing I believed
Totally
when,
the
I,
truth.
when I was a kid?
Yeah.
I believe it. I don't.
Christ.
Jesus loves me. Yes, I know.
He isn't
Start
real.
crying.
He's just a hippie.
Just
Wow,
a hippie.
Kieran, you're really going to say that?
Yeah, he was just an Arab Jewish hippie.
We've had too much politics for this episode.
Wow, Kieran, I didn't
I
know
don't
you're-
get the Jews. Isn't that like believing only the first 3 Harry Potter books are canon?
Oh my god! When you texted me that, I fucking cracked up laughing.
Wait, repeat
What?
that?
please.
Okay,
The floor is yours.
I understand
Yeah, go.
the Jews and the Jews. I'm gonna stop calling them the Jews 'cause
Jewish
that's awful.
people.
I don't understand
Or
the Jewish
people.
faith and why they just start at a certain spot in biblical literature and then just stop. Like people kept writing, and then they just stopped.
It's because
Well-
the New Testament is considered heresy.
Why?
Well,
Because
why?
the idol
Well-
is Jesus and they see him as a false idol.
well,
Why?
No, okay, I can explain. So basically,
Walk on the water ain't a
Um,
big deal.
you have
This is education.
you have the start of all the Abrahamic religions that starts at Judaism, and you have all the Jews, the Jewish people in the Middle East who are out doing their own thing, and they believe in God, and they believe that they have to shower regularly, which is actually why people started hating Jews, because they wouldn't get certain diseases because they took showers, which is why most of them didn't get the Black Death. So when all the other Europeans who were like paganistic or whatever started dying of the Black Death and the Jews weren't, they were like, the Jews did it, and then it was all downhill from there.
I'm so happy I found a way to segue to this point. I really am.
Yeah.
I'm
Jews
not.
get blamed for everything.
Essentially, and that was one of like the first things.
The
'cause they were just
classic
like,
Family Guy bit where they're slaves in Egypt, and they're like, we're getting all our hurdles out of the way right now. It's all up from here.
Bring, remember that Family Guy funny moment where Peter nails down his chair and everybody goes up, falls up to the ceiling?
Actually, pyramids weren't even built by slaves either. They were actually like well-paid workers who consented to doing that, because the pyramids were extremely important to their culture, because those were burial places, and all those ceremonies were very important to take place, because before the pyramids were built, how they would honor your death is they would do the whole mummification process. They bury you with all your goodies, but
I like goodies.
to keep you in there, to keep you safe from burglars, they would close the door, tie it up with some twine, and then put a clay seal on it. So if it broke, they knew somebody broke in. But they didn't have forensics or anything, so it was just like, oh, someone broke in and took the stuff. Who did it? We don't know. There's
some
no way to
asshole.
figure out.
Well, we know we got robbed, but we can't do anything really. like my computer was stolen. Like I don't have any cameras. I can't really do anything.
Shit.
There's this show my mom watches called Schitt's Creek, and she just recently watched an episode where somebody came in and robbed their convenience store, so they just started giving him cheese.
It just kind of fucking hammers it in. You're like, well, I don't know where my phone is. Also, I'm being told by this clay seal that my phone was stolen. So I think it just doesn't feel good.
I mean, it's essentially like the lock on the door to your front house being kicked open. It's just like, man, I think somebody came in here.
My TV's gone, and my door was kicked in. Really, just kicking in my balls.
Essentially, so
I want to break into people's homes and
Hey,
kick them in
guys.
the balls in their
As you
sleep.
do.
yeah.
You know how we can
They're so
protect our
defenseless.
stuff? using NordVPN.
My God, we need a sponsor. Nord, we will shell out.
Yeah, Nord will suck your
We'll
dick,
accept
Nord.
any-
We'll
Buddy.
sell out. A fast VPN, anything. Wix.com. MeUndies.
This VPN will get you laid.
no Raid Shadow Legends. Fuck you.
I honestly will, honestly.
You shill.
Here's the thing. No, here's the thing about
So
Raid
You're
Shadow.
just desperate for money.
Listen to this. Listen to my solid point about Raid Shadow Legends. Everyone's done it, so it's meaningless.
Brigand, you
When
just
you see a Raid Shadow Legends ad, you just double tap on your screen, skip past the 15 seconds of the ad.
it's nothing. It's,
The
it's-
person gets paid. Nothing happens to me. I'm unaffected.
Was
Yeah.
the Legend 27? Was that a Raid Shadow Legends?
That
ad?
was Game of
No,
War Fire
Game of
Age.
War
Yeah.
Fire Age.
Which they keep rebranding the same exact game engine, which that's the only people I will not fucking sponsor.
Brigand, if this podcast ever gets sponsored, you better not take all the fucking profits for yourself.
No, I'm gonna split it out. I mean, I'm going to dole some of it into improvement, and I'm gonna split everything else into us.
Which would be like 10% of the money left.
Yeah.
Sure.
So it'd be like $2 everybody gets.
Well, as soon as we start getting sponsors, that means we are in the sort of public eye, so we'll get more and more as we keep going.
Right.
So at that, by the point we start actually gaining monetary profit off it, we'll be getting more.
Skillshare is.
I use ExpressVPN to play my Game of War.
I'm thinking like 10% towards improvement, and then or like 30%.
What's that? You
and then
watch
everything else
anime?
split.
Well, check out Crunchyroll.
And we don't pay our guests.
Don't check out Crunchyroll.
We'll give
go
them, like,
to a
courtesy
special
$5.
website.
I get all the best drinks from AutoZone.
Yeah, go to
They
this-
got literally.
go to the special fucking anime websites if you wanna get
Hey, got
constant.
some gas. Daddy needs his juice.
All right, you could
I
go
have
to
my paint from my local home team.
Okay, it's very essential that I reinstate this.
We're
We are not sponsored by literally anything
You could-
by this
Yeah.
point.
Which means we have to dog on everybody until
Don't
they pay
dog-
us to stop.
I don't want you to cut our profits like early. Like you can't branch out from here.
Yeah,
Fuck you.
what will I do with a $2.50 courtesy check?
You're not getting paid.
You bastard.
When I break my kitchen countertop after beating my wife when she didn't have dinner ready when she came home, I get a new one from Lowe's.
Hey, you
I might
could
have to cut this entire.
Do it. You have
Right.
to cut that.
I don't want to cut it though. It's so funny.
I know.
you could go to Crunchyroll, or you could go to Kieran's special website where you get bombarded by 1,000 ads trying to sell you sex.
Bye.
But at
I
the
get
same
my
time, you
clan
get to
bed
watch
sheets from
shit
Dollar
for
Tree.
free.
7 days expired.
You can't use ad block. Fuck you. You can't use ad block.
I get my dollars from Dollar Tree.
These jokes have cost me like $2,000. Like possibly.
I've broken so many contracts. I'm being sued 8 times.
What?
Piracy is fine.
That's yeah.
All right then. The CIA. Would you like to talk to this man?
I mean, I was talking about Judaism, but okay.
How long have we been going?
40. We got 20 minutes.
Nice.
Let's talk about something cool.
Like
I
small
got-
The
wiener.
tiny ween Reddit
Are we-
versus the big ween
are we-
Reddit.
Obviously, tiny.
Here's hilarious thing,
Can
right?
I not go back to my thing that I was talking about?
You've been talking all day. Like,
But I.
But I don't
yeah,
remember
finish.
Yes,
it.
the
I want the story
There
finished.
Yes,
seems like
the
a weird
question.
cutting off point.
I do want the
Yeah.
story finished. honestly.
So yeah,
let me look cooler.
they
He's like, we have camera now. I
Yeah.
must dress.
they built the
Yeah.
pyramids all like confusing and full of traps on purpose, so that way if you tried to break in, you would die instead of just we got broken into.
Yeah.
And
It's like a big. It's a bit very long extended version of a key where you know where if you have the steps, you know how to avoid all the traps.
I
yeah.
can't use keys to save
Except
my
this
life.
this key will fucking kill you. Oh wait, can we somehow find a way to hook up like a shock key thing? When you put the key in, you fucking die.
I guess. I mean,
No one opens my front door.
Including me!
I don't want to open it.
Yeah, it's called a taser.
Just anti squatter.
you just have it hooked up so if the door opens, a taser just shoots you.
Yeah.
How about a shotgun? We fill up a tube with nails.
You know, some guy did something similar to that. He made a helmet so that if it hit too hard on the head, it would shoot a shotgun shell in every direction
pretty
into
cool.
your brain. It's like, what's the point of that? You're like protecting your head, and then it just shoots you.
They can't extract any information from my brain.
Even if they have to peel it off the shells.
I wanna put nails in a long metal tube and put gunpowder in the back of it and make like a a nail bomb. Except in my front door,
That's just
so no one can open it.
But for time's sake, to make a long story short, basically, the Jews are out doing their thing, and all of a sudden, Jesus comes by, and he's like,
Yo,
I'm the Son of God, guys. And those that believed in him became Christians, and those who believed that he was a Messiah were not. He wasn't the Messiah. He was just another messenger of God, because those are completely different. So you have all your messengers, like Abraham and all those other guys, but then they believe that Jesus was just like another messenger and not the actual Son of God, because what the Jews are waiting for is for the Messiah to show up, so that, because like that's kind of like the ending.
So that's all well and good, and I do actually kind of understand the divide in the actual religions, but what does that have to do with the actual structure of the Torah? Like, why can't they just read Jesus' stories as him being another messenger who did some weird supernatural shit?
Because
Well,
that
is the thing. They do see him as like a profound messenger, like a very like good man who had like all that information, extra stuff, but they don't believe that he's the Son of God, so there's that divide.
Right, but like, why can't they have someone rewrite the story? Like, say, I could totally see Abraham, for example, feeding 5,000 men with 5 fish and a basket of bread. I could see that being something that he would do, and seeing that being written down.
Right, but they're not trying to like remove like the character or the person like and divide it. Is that what you're getting at? And so like
I don't know. I'm
Other
kind of lost
sections?
track
Well,
myself.
the whole thing
Um,
the whole New Testament isn't it just supposed accounts from people who were following Jesus?
that's fair.
That's also the reason why I haven't
Agreed.
shown my podcast to my grandparents.
Pretty good.
I mean, there are.
I swear you
Like
thought you were about to
the-
knock your drum
Oh,
out.
oh my god! There,
Not having it.
there are the apostles, yeah, and that's why there
covered in
are.
dog hair.
There's tons of
Like
different writings out there that went to the
yo,
to the Bible. That's the thing. A lot of it is kind of just lost to history because it's from thousands of years ago, and if it's not considered canon, it's usually discarded. All the different gospels. That's why.
Considered canon.
No, that's where it comes
Oh,
from.
I
It's,
know.
it's biblical
It's
canon. It
just
just
weird
it sounds
to be said
weird
like
because
that.
yeah, but
What's your
there's-
favorite Bible
What's
ship?
what's considered Bible GT?
it's biblical canon. That's where the word comes from. Canon was taken, and then now when you use it, it feels weird.
No wonder my parents didn't.
I haven't
understand
gotten there in the
canon.
Bible manga yet, okay?
Listen, that's way too
The
high of a
Mormon-
chapter. I'm
Nani?
on
Jesus
chapter
is-
12.
The Book of Mormon is like the Dragon Ball GT of the Bible.
It really is.
I'm on the Genesis series, guys. Give me a second.
Only on JoJo Jesus Part 5.
Because James Cameron showed up and he's like, "I'm horny. Why?
JoJo Jesus.
God said so." So that's why we don't listen to him because the dude was absolutely insane. Unless you're Mormon, then you do. That's up to you. But
calls him insane. Then it's like, it's up to you. Then.
look, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. It can be wrong, but it doesn't mean you can't have it.
You can have blood transfusions or not if you're a Jehovah's Witness, whatever.
So like,
We're really pissing off everybody.
there's
We should piss on the Amish. They can't fight back. They're not gonna
They have
listen.
horses!
They're not gonna listen to our podcast. They
They
can,
will ride on horseback to our doom.
but they won't ever hear it. It's lost
That's
on
not-
deaf ears.
that's not true. There's Rumspringa,
whatever.
which is a holiday that they get an entire year in which they leave their communities and go off into the city, and they decide to either move into the city
I'm bored of this. I know.
and go into there, or go back and spend their time with their family. So obviously they're kind of pressured into it because it's either you'll be disowned and you can go out and live your life, or you stay here and live your life there. But like,
Dan Evadan had a crush on an Amish girl, and then he's like, "Oh shit, she's doing that holiday thing." Shit! It's like it's a forbidden fruit.
yeah, I kind of forgot Rumspringa was the thing because I used to work at a theme park and I saw these guys in like those full like classic Amish clothing riding a roller coaster. And I was like,
Playing
what the hell?
Fucking one of them's got a Game Boy Advance. It's like, oh, whatever.
Like they had like the beards and like the overalls and everything, and I was just like, these guys look like they're ready to go to a church that's made of wood.
The problem is, I want to piss on the Amish, but you just really can't. They're too nice.
Yeah, they're nice.
Yeah, that's the real thing, is they're all really nice on the exterior, but then you hear about their practices with their own members, and you're like, why do you do that to your children?
I knew a guy who was very adamant about hating Amish people, and he's like, give me one good reason Amish people don't suck. I'm like, they make
Pretzels.
good pretzels. Yeah, I said they made good pretzels, and he's
so
like, yeah, I bet I'd make good food too if I locked myself yourself out to some barren community. And I was just like, Jesus Christ, dude, what did they do to you?
Oh my. They do make really good pretzels though.
Yeah.
But so do the Germans.
Every time, man.
Every-
Also,
Oh,
the donuts.
Oh, that wasn't Amish, but that was good.
Well, I mean, there were Amish donuts, but every time we go down to the Apple Fest, it's just like
Yeah.
we got the good pretzels. Then when we're about to leave, we get the donuts. Boom.
Yeah. But there's 4 canonical gospels and there's 40 that aren't. Yeah, so there's a lot that have
One
just been-
11th of it all is canon.
So are
Yeah.
the 40 ones like the Dragon Ball movies? It's
I mean, there's different reasons for why they're gotten rid of, but they're all still interesting to listen to because they all have like different perspectives and different things, and that's sometimes why they're taken out. Because there's one that describes the early life of Jesus, and basically it's what happens if you just give a child godlike powers, and he ends up killing a kid and his teacher, and he's sitting out turning the clay by some riverbend into birds, and some kid comes up to him and he's just like, holy shit, so he kills him because he makes fun of him for doing that. And like that one was just kind of gotten rid of, and it's just like,
That's so cool sounding, man.
yeah, because I mean
Why didn't I read that at Christian school?
Biblical JoJo.
and
JoJo Jesus.
the craziest one
Part 7. Sorry.
that like basically
Part-
can change anybody's perspective
Part
off
5
the
is
fritz
primo
is the
mafioso.
Gospel of Judas Iscariot, which or Iscariot, I don't know how that's pronounced.
I think
a-
it's right the second time.
yeah, it's some old
Escargot.
like Middle Eastern name,
You guys want
and
something else?
Wait a minute, wasn't Judas the guy that betrayed Jesus?
he was, which is what makes it so interesting because
Yeah.
this book was absolutely insane because it was only written shortly after all the other Gospels.
Reminds me
And
of some
that's
art
why
that
it's
we
not
did.
considered canon. But the thing is if it was considered canon, it would change the entirety of like the whole story. Cause how it starts out is you have all of Jesus' apostles, including Judas, performing the Eucharist, which is like the bread and wine and like the sacrifice kind of stuff, and he approaches them, Jesus does, and he's just like, it's just like, hey, you're doing that for your God, and he's just like, and they're like, hey, don't you mean our God? It's just like, no, that's your God you're doing that for. So they're kind of confused. It's like, no, we're doing this for the Lord, like you're the Son of God, you should understand that. And he's just like, yeah, but I'm the Son of the Lord, yes, but you're doing that for your God. It's something different. And they're super confused, and they start like cursing at him under their breaths because they're just like, what are you even talking about, right? And he's just like, and he's like, well, does anybody even know? Like, why? Because he's just like, I forget exactly what it was, but just like, what you're doing is like evil and will be the end of you or something like that.
And I will say that you are closer to the microphone than Sam, and you're currently whispering over his story.
40 minutes.
Also, a good place to stop here. Speaking of Eucharist, have any of you done communion before?
No.
Okay.
No.
Jesus blood, good. Jesus bread, fucking sucks. That's really the only point I have here. But the bread they serve for Jesus' body is very sad.
The Jeezits.
Oh shit, where's my
Jesus.
You can buy the communion wafers. They're like out there on Amazon. You can just buy a whole box of them. And I'm kind of tempted. But I don't know.
Fake guns, blue.
Oh no.
Oh no! That's great. Okay, keep going. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
Yeah, no. So it's just like, hey, that's like evil, satanic, whatever. That's gonna be the end of you. It's like, does anybody even know like what I'm talking about? And like Judas stands up, and he doesn't look him in the eye because he's too ashamed to do so. And he's just like, you come from the realm of Barbalos, and all this like other like crazy stuff he starts talking about. And one of the main reasons people don't like it because they say it paints Judas as like a hero instead, who was like a close friend of Jesus, but like that's not true at all, because at one point he straight up calls him like the 13th demon, and that's like the 13th realm where Sacralos is from, and Sacralos is essentially the devil, but he in this form would be the ruler of our world. Like he created us, and that's why
There's a laser
there's
sight?
that's why there's all
it goes with a laser targeting thing that you can shoot at.
Oh, it's a laser tag. Oh yeah, of course it is.
It's on
There's a
laser.
laser light on the side.
yeah. And that's
It's not
why
a laser tag
yeah.
thing, but it's like it's just a prep for practice.
That's why there's evil, because there's like, you know, an evil like a demon and his right hand man controlling the earth instead, and the true God is in some other realm that we can't access, and Jesus was sent from him instead. That was right in the and I mean
You
that's
answered my question so long ago, but you keep going, and I kind of don't want you to stop.
okay.
There's, we shouldn't like move on to the next topic. It's like 50 minutes.
We'll
in.
keep talking.
I
while we're
have
shooting
an
this, guys.
idea.
That shit sounds interesting.
Yeah.
We could record another. We could go for a long form, go for 30 minutes,
No,
or we could stop it normally, or we could film another hour podcast and split them.
No.
I want to.
I don't
I
want-
kind of film another podcast.
Because
I
we
don't
do
want-
too.
I don't want to
We've
do another
had.
podcast,
I hate
dude.
to say this, Sam, but we have our guest here, Logan, and
You-
40 minutes have just been you talking.
That's
Well, I'm
not
always-
entirely
And I
true.
haven't
And I've been
even
interested
done
in what he's had to
Yeah,
say.
I mean, yeah, I
have
enjoy it
Kieran
too.
Here. He hasn't talked in a single
Kieran
word.
hasn't talked.
Kieran doesn't talk much except for the Dixie Stampede.
And the most I've talked about is saying a community chicken episode.
The only thing I had to say was fucking school sucks during this time and fucking
8
Lupon's
minutes.
pedophile.
I think we
Right,
should like
that's it.
finish this podcast, film the sketch, and see how we feel afterwards.
Yeah, I don't know.
Can I talk about Tiny Ween Reddit though?
Sure, go. Do it.
Here's the thing.
Priorities,
Th-
okay.
There is a Reddit of people who have tiny wieners, and they talk about their micro penises the entire
I
time.
might
Right?
join that right now.
Right?
Actually,
That's a thing, right? And I feel bad for those genetically declined, if it's a way to put it.
don't. It's
But
a
here's the
brotherhood.
thing. They'll be like, the females never feel it. It's awful, right? And then people from the big ween Reddit come in. They're like, hey, I got the big cock Reddit. I'm from the big cock Reddit, and it sucks because we hurt people. And they'll be
They're
like,
not wrong.
I
yeah.
would trade my fucking kidneys to hurt a girl. God damn!
No, you would not. No, you-
Yeah.
I promise
These
you, you
people
would not.
are so depraved. I feel so bad.
I definitely understand the weird, just the entire vibe of having a big team Reddit and kind of complaining about those kinds of things. But that's a real problem.
It
really
sucks
is.
for us.
It is.
But
Like,
the man with the world's biggest penis will not, cannot sleep with people because he causes lots of problems. to
It
say
really
the
does.
least.
yeah,
It
yeah.
really
no,
does
I
suck
think
for
I
people
think
with
the
big
guy who
penises.
has the world record like by far for the world's largest penis like straight up didn't tell anyone for years because he just didn't know. He was like embarrassed of it, like. Because like he can't do anything.
There's
It's like
a
13
sweet
inches
spot.
long. What do you do with
Right?
that? Like,
Yeah.
There's the G spot for penis length.
Because
Do you- what do you think a G-spot is?
Deep.
The song Gandhi wrote.
The vagina
Gandhi's
can only
favorite
go
spot,
so deep.
man.
G spot rocks the G spot.
Mm.
G spot rocks the G spot.
okay, well,
Fly.
I mean, if we're all being honest, the average, at least for America, is like 5.5 inches.
5.5.
So yeah, don't worry about it. It's not that big of a deal either way. Because if you a real man, you know how to do. You can do other things. You know where the clitoris is, Brig?
What?
Do you?
What is it?
Any real man that you don't know? He doesn't even know.
He didn't
what
know what a G spot was, so I don't really have much faith in him. Why did I just do what I
I'm
just
I'm a very innocent, young, naive child.
Yeah,
That's
but
not
you're
true.
also
Open up
a
Google
mega
right now.
incel.
Find where the clitoris is.
I'm not putting that in my
Can you
search
see
history.
where the clitoris is? It's the next Dora the Explorer episode. You found it. Great choice.
Riley's writing down something, and I'm threatened like he's putting my
I'm
name in
making
the
a script.
Oh, okay.
I think he's putting me in the death note.
I
What's in your
am.
book? Is that the death?
It's all just your name.
But you wouldn't kill me yesterday when I asked you to, as God.
That's because you were God.
You wouldn't listen to God, but you would listen to your heart to kill me.
It's not Death Note. Or I wasn't listening to your old story.
Shitty tea.
Okay, it's time to talk about what I was gonna talk about, which was shitty children's T-shirts.
Oh my god.
The ones that you see whenever you go out and you see a child wearing them, and it just makes you feel angry.
Anything with a minion.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
a
Oh yeah,
gamer.
Yeah, gamer
World Trade
shirts.
Sister for
Gamer shirts that say shit like you look like just enough XP, or warning, gamer in the area. I need time to game.
I paused my game to be here.
Here's my
Yeah.
schedule: pizza, sleep, gamer, sleep, gamer,
Repeat.
pizza, sleep, repeat.
Gamer. But the
Say
one,
the
the
N-word
one
on
that
Call of
pisses
Duty.
my dick the most.
Pisses my dick.
The most.
Did you just fucking say
Yeah.
that in confidence?
Yeah.
Bold confidence.
Yes, I did.
Let's hear it.
It's the one that pisses my dick the most, the one that I've seen in public, the one I saw when I worked at Kings Island
Confederate
is
t-shirts.
well, yes, there is the Confederate, the fucking Confederate Punisher
Punisher
t-shirt,
t-shirt.
but that's not the one that I'm talking about. That one pisses me off. But
That's the
one,
child version of an adult.
yeah, but the one that pisses me off the most is Taco Cat, spelled backwards is Taco Cat.
That's a
That
shirt.
one does kind of hurt me.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a shirt.
Oh, I got a
I've
gut
complained
feeling.
about this before. Did you not know it was on his shirt?
What's
I
the
could have
name
sworn
of the
this was
Reddit?
my same exact reaction last time. Was just tiny. Why would you fucking make that a
Yeah.
shirt?
And I saw it every day when I worked at that goddamn theme park.
Wait, yeah.
Important. What's the name of the
I heard
of the
you.
Reddit?
I heard you.
Is it small penis syndrome?
Let's see.
Or
R
small penis
slash. Where is it? I listened to a
I've
podcast
been on
on
Dick
this.
Big Problems before, and they're just like
Small
guys,
dick problems. R
Small
slash.
It's just like my girth is too big. Women don't like it. I'm just like shit.
You guys
Yeah.
want to know what I wanted to why I wanted to talk about Big Ween?
I'm officially joined.
Oh my god! Here's why I joined the. Here's why I talked.
Video evidence.
Yeah, welcome to the
It won't
club.
focus on the phone, but that's okay.
Here's the reason why I wanted to talk about Big Ween versus Tiny Ween.
Should I join them both?
Sure.
Yeah, people won't know which one you
The
are.
duality of man. Here's the thing.
Every morning I wake up, it's a 50-50 shot. My dick just keeps fluctuating.
The stuff that I listen to go to sleep, my sleep podcast, is Come Town talking about r/small dick problems. That's what I fell asleep to.
So basically, you just stole a topic from another podcast.
Those big dick problems. is like
I
10
did a
times that big.
variation of it.
Oh my
You
God.
did. You just stole someone else's idea.
Kind of.
Small dick has like 13,000 members, or maybe 30,000. This one has 160,000 members.
Big dick problems.
Big dick problems.
I think people just join that to feel
Yeah,
good,
that's people with fucking egos out the wazoo, man.
It's either that,
or people just. A lot of people get blessed.
or they could be telling the truth, because I have a conspiracy theory.
The word hung is
how,
banned on small dick problems.
The human race is going to end because we're going to evolve too much on one side. Because here's the thing. If women keep going for guys with dicks that are too big, then genetically the dicks will get bigger, but the vaginas will stay the same. So eventually, your average vagina is only 3 inches deep. But then the average dick is going to be like a meter long. They're just going to kill anybody, and we can't reproduce anymore.
Yeah, but from what I've heard in like
You gotta
a
use
lot
a
of those
turkey
like, weird
baster.
YouTube internet segments and stuff, is that they prefer people who have like good performance as opposed to actual size.
Right.
So that's what I think evolutionarily. But to actually kind of bounce off that point, why do we keep getting taller? Because
Yeah,
taller
like-
people die much quicker.
Well, yeah.
Because it's the classic 6 foot versus 5'9" or whatever meme.
5'11".
5'11".
You did the school, right?
I didn't.
Fair enough.
Oh,
Fair
that meme
enough.
was just like 5'12" versus 6 foot.
The only reason why I went to school is so that I could just chill out in the global media room and be like,
Good
yes,
times, man, and they were cut short, and that sucks.
Yeah.
we really gotta see if we can pull everyone back together and do something
I
stupid.
didn't get to finish my point about the t-shirts.
Oh yeah.
Basically, these t-shirts, I see them everywhere.
Taco Cat spelled backwards is Taco Cat.
Yeah, that bullshit. There's the gamer shirts. You know, people at home. You know what gamer shirts I'm talking about. You know that one.
Microphone.
That one.
If you think I'm talking about you, I am.
Yeah, you know the ones with the weird jagged art style where it's like
Yeah.
bent over from so much fucking gaming.
It's like the one that's like how to get chicks. That one kind of
Yeah.
hurts me. Where
And
it's like
also
how to
the-
get a chick from an egg.
And then there's also the one where
Fine.
it's like you wouldn't understand it. It's a gamer thing. Fuck you. Whoever makes those fucking t-shirts, fucking.
Stop!
my
Stop
God.
slamming the table!
I know you're being hyperbolic with your mannerisms, but
Yeah.
you told in this pattern of behavior right now, you
Stop.
seem like one of the people who would wear one of those shirts.
Stop screaming! You're gonna collapse your tiny little lungs.
I'm actually breathing a bit heavily.
Anyways, should we end the podcast here? It's been going
But
on
I'm
for like
not
over
done
an
with
hour.
the gamer shirts!
He's not done with the gamer.
What do you mean
man.
you're not done? You made your point clear.
Yeah, I thought you made your point twice now.
But yeah.
You hate
There's
gamer
also,
shirts.
but wait, there's another facet to this. There are just
What?
shirts. There are just shirts where it's just it's basically shit that just says that's on the kid's shirt. I'm a troublemaker, and it feels like that's just a parent's excuse for their kid to act like a little shit.
Alright, cool.
Yeah.
The kid's just running around. Oh, didn't you read this shirt?
Did you read this shirt,
And then
you
you beat
fucking bitch?
It doesn't matter that he just neutered you with a pair of scissors. He has it on his shirt, all right.
And then you beat the child.
Son, ma'am, you have to control your child. He's going insane. Oh, but can't you see his shirt? Is that a Confederate flag Punisher t-shirt?
Man with the Punisher t-shirt!
Come in with the Confederate flag.
I'm gonna
Punisher
punish the
t-shirt.
black. Oh, God!
We've come back to that so many times.
Hey, Brigham, let's end the fucking podcast.
Podcast over. I'm Brigham.
I'm Sam.
I'm Logan.
I'm Riley.
I'm Kieran.
Fuck off.